you have the willpower to choose something, and by God's grace, He'll give that to you as long as you believe in Him, and He'll show you the human limitation and not your mind. Your mind isn't the one that tells you the human limitation because it was created by God. And so just dream as big as you can, and life will give you a reality check. And from that reality check, you continue. Don't give up. There. So I wasn't gonna do this. I wasn't gonna post this, but yesterday my wife asked me, "Hey, what do you think about document this part of our life?" And I was like, I was like, I'm gonna think about it. And honestly, I did document a few parts of it, and I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I know for sure in the future we're gonna look back to this, we're gonna watch this. And I was calling them a Message to My Son series. And in that, I document our current chapter in life and our current situation. And anyway, so my wife, she said, she asked me, she was like, do you want to document this part of, our life? I said, I'm gonna think about it. And then I came back and said, yes, we should. And in fact, in this house, we document everything, for those of you that have been following us on our Ben Fam channel, you see us go live, you see her, mainly most of the time she's there with Ben, and she's live with Ben, in the mornings, daytime, and sometime even in the evenings. And so that's us. This is the Ben Fam, and on this channel we document our journey raising a child, our journey as a married couple, our journey as individuals with a unique background, and individual who are just us. We're just inviting you into our family. We bring you guys along the journey and document our life and stuff like that from the videos that you've seen. And we've been doing this about a year now, I believe, on this channel, the Ben Fam. Yeah, man, we're just, we started it to document our journey, and currently right now we haven't been going live because in our household we, again, I spoke with my wife, and she's like, yeah, I think it's a good idea, to talk about this. And so moving forward, you guys are going to be seeing some clips of us just documenting in this particular part of our life that we want to bring you guys, along this part too, because this is our platform we've created. We want to be ourselves on this platform, and we want to express ourselves fully without any other influence. We want to be friends with you as who we are, and not to pretend, and not to. What I'm trying to say here is that, like, this part of our situation that we're sharing is something that a lot of people go through, and just showing always like the good part. You have to show like the real life situation that goes on in life, not just the good part. And right now, currently, in our household, my wife is facing, some immigration issue, and is just a process that we've been dealing with for about 3 years now, going into 3 years, and literally in 3 years of this experience, where we've been working on getting her documents to be at least have a green card. I myself, I'm an American citizen, and sometimes you can explain something and then it comes off as like a big deal, or you can explain something and it comes off as like just an ordinary thing. So I'm trying to explain this whole situation in a manner of just a part of life, you know. We want to handle this in a way where we're the ones handling the things that's coming into our life, you know. We don't want the things that's coming into our life to control and manage us and you know and just knock off our sense of control, you know. In life, situations can happen where and makes you not have control of things, you know, not have control of life, just for the lack of a better word. But we also have that will within us to control our emotions, to control our mental aspect of the situation physically happening and things that are uncontrollable. The only thing you can control is how you think about the situation and how you approach the situation. And so we want to approach this situation with grace. We want to approach it with you know, understanding, and we're not sharing this, you know, for any other reasons but that, you know, to show you, you know, other parts of when you see other people, you know, on the internet. We want to bring you guys along the journey of all the parts. And so, like I was saying, right now in this household, you know, we're dealing with that situation and of my wife having to, you know, and have to go through this process where getting document is becoming an issue. You know, it's a process that shouldn't take 3 years, but it's taking 3 years. And anyway, I just wanted to hop on here and say we haven't been posting because of that situation. We've been dealing with that. We've been trying to process it, you know, and move through life, and you know, in a progressive way of managing it, you know, because right now we're dealing with lawyers, we're dealing with the government, so we have to get lawyers, and you know, we still have to take care of the day-to-day things, you know. And she's also a student, and both of us, we're trying to be calm, we're, you know, trying to stay focused, because right now, like, we don't have nothing to worry about, because we're not in a system for any wrongdoings. You know, we don't have any criminal records, we don't have nothing, man, you know. Even a parking ticket, maybe a parking ticket, that's about it, you know, and nothing that should hinder us, you know, to be successful in this. But again, things aren't the way they used to be in terms of equality and just people doing the right things, you know, in government system, in individual citizens. Everybody is, you know, fighting for their own. Gimme, and like, you worry about you, I'll worry about me. And there's a lot of chaos in the world right now. And the best thing you can do is control your mind, because a lot of noise is trying to get in, a lot of influence, a lot of outside things trying to get in and be superior in your being. Like, you should be the head of your body, you should be the head of your being, you know, and anything outside of that, you know, it's outside. That's why there's inside and outside. What you let inside, it can, you know, try to dominate, you know, and then you start having like the thoughts that are wrong, they're not your thoughts. And the point I'm trying to make here is that moving forward, we're just going to be documenting more of these parts. And we're gonna try to explain, to just share the story. Right now, I'm making it difficult to like relay this message, but I hope it's understood. And it's a situation that we're not trying to give it too much power. We want to keep our, so to say, our energy. We want to keep our wholeness. We don't want anything outside coming in, trying to control our emotion, trying to control us. And we don't want to forget that. And so this message is for us, our future self, and again, for my son, Ben. When you grow up and you see this one day, just you to remember to have the resilience. Be strong in the mind, because the world has opinion, has agendas, and it will try to impersonate its belief on you and its way on you. Just remember, we went through this. We overcame this together as a family. And when you have your own family, you will be able to go through more than this. You have the willpower to choose something, and by God's grace, He will give that to you as long as you believe in Him, and He will show you the human limitation and not your mind. Your mind isn't the one that tells you the human limitation, because it was created by God. And so just dream as big as you can, and life will give you a reality check, and then from that reality check, you continue. Don't give up.